Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today thank you so much for stopping by. In this video we'll be cutting and sewing this really simple bustier blouse with strap. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. The first thing I did was to fold my fabric into two to cut out the front. After folding my fabric into two, I'll go ahead and start taking my point. But before I do that, I'm going to roll out half an inch on the upper part of my fabric, which is going to now serve as my chest line. So this blouse is a strapless bustier blouse, meaning it does not have any sleeves at all. So before placing my point, I'll first of all take out 7 inches. The 7 inches is how deep I want my neckline to be. So if you want yours deeper, you can go down more than 7 inches, and if you want it higher, you can do 6 or 5 inches. But for me, I'm taking out 7 inches. The length of my blouse is 25 inches, so I went ahead to mark 25 inches after taking out the 7 inches. So I have half an inch upward, which I'll be using to pipe the neckline, and half an inch on the lower part of the dress, which I'll be using to also pipe the lower part of the dress. So I'll start taking my point. I'll take out the 7 inches and I'll go down by 10 inches, which is my bust point, 13 inches my under bust point, 16 inches my waist point, and 25 inches my blouse length. After doing that, I'll rule straight lines across all the points, and I'm going to label. First line is chest line, second line is bust line, the third line is under bust line, the fourth line is the waist line, while the last line is the blouse length. The next thing I'll do is to take half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. But since I'm cutting directly on my fabric, I'll be adding extra half an inch to the 4 inches. So I'm marking 4.5 inches on the blouse length, on the waist line, on the under bust line, on the bust line, and on the chest line. Okay, after doing that, I'll connect all the dots into a straight line. The next thing I'll do is to take one inch on both sides of the under bust line. So make sure you label your lines. Okay, so I'm taking 1 inch on both sides. If you are bigger, if you are busty, you can do 1.5 inches on the other side. You do 1 inch on the center, you do 1.5 inches or 2 inches on the side. Okay, so on the bust line, I came down by half an inch. What I'll do is to connect using my free hand from the under bust to the half an inch that I came down with from the bust line, like this. After doing that, I'll go up by 2.5 inches from the base of the blouse, and then I will indicate the 2.5 inches. Then I'll place my ruler like this. I'll connect from the under bust all the way to the 2.5 inches like this. To tighten my over bust, I took half an inch on both sides of the straight line. So if you are busty, you can do 0.75 inches on both sides, and then you connect it back to the bust line like this. After doing that, I'll start placing my measurements. On the chest line, I placed my bust circumference divided by 4. I did not replace the dart for the over bust tightening. Okay, I just left it like that because I want the blouse to be fitted. Okay, so after doing that, I just added my stitching allowance of 1.5 inches. So I placed the same measurement that I have on the chest line. I placed that same measurement on the bust line. On the waistline, I placed my waist circumference divided by 4. I replaced the 2 inches dart and I added 1.5 inches for my stitching allowance. On the waistline, I'll place my waist circumference divided by 4. I'll replace that of about 1 inch, and then I'll add half an inch to the stitching allowance. So the only part I did not replace the dart is on the chest line. After doing that, I'll place my ruler on the chest line and I'll connect all the way to the waistline like this. Okay, so the important point for me there is the chest line and the waistline. So after connecting, I'm going to place my hip circumference divided by 4 on the base of the blouse, and I'll add my stitching allowance of 1.5 inches since the dart did not get to the base of the blouse. Then I'll connect from the waist to the base of the blouse. So I want to give it a little curve on the hem line. So on the side, I just went up by 2 inches and I'll connect it to the center dart like this. After doing that, I'll go ahead and cut. After cutting, guys, this is what I have. The center front is on fold and I have just one piece, while the side front I have 2 pieces, one for the left and one for the right. So if you have enough fabric, you can go ahead and cut out exactly what you have here for the lining piece, and if you don't, you can just pipe the neckline. Okay, If you are using a strong fabric, you don't have to cut out the lining for it. You can just pipe your neckline. So what I'll do is to place them like this, right side facing right side, and I'll go ahead and sew using the half an inch that I left as my stitching allowance. So you're going to follow the shape and then you sew all the way down to the base, and I'll repeat the same thing for the other side. Okay, so next thing I'll do is to cut out the back. I've already folded my fabric into two, and I marked out my zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. So the same thing we did while we were drafting out the front. I'll first of all rule out my guideline, which is half an inch. Okay, this is going to be my allowance for folding the neckline. Okay, after doing that, I'll start taking my point. So still taking out the 7 inches for the strap, I'll take my bust point, which is 10 inches, my waist point 16 inches, and the length of my blouse 25 inches. So I will not be needing the under bust line for the back. Okay, so we'll just take out the regular darts for the back. After doing that, I'll go ahead and connect the dots like this, and then I'll label the lines. First line is the chest line, the second line is the bust line, the third line is the waistline, while the last line is the blouse length. I'll go ahead and take half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches. I added half an inch just like I did earlier for joining allowance. So I'm marking 4.5 inches on all the lines. After doing that, I'll connect the 4 dots into a straight line like this. So on the waistline, I'll be taking half an inch on both sides. So you can do 0.75 inches on both sides if you want. So on the base of the blouse, I'll go up by 2 inches. So we are repeating the same thing that we did for the front. I'll indicate the 2 inches with a dot and I'll connect upward like this. Then I'm going to connect from the waistline to the bust line like this. So I'll start placing my measurements. On the chest line, I'll place my bust circumference divided by 4, and I'll add my stitching allowance. I'll repeat the same measurements. Okay, the same thing I have on the chest line is what I'll place on the bust line. On the waistline, I'll place my waist circumference divided by 4. I'll replace the darts of 1 inch, and I'll add 1.5 inches for my stitching allowance. After doing that, I'll connect from the chest line all the way to the waistline like this. And on the blouse length, I'll place my hip circumference divided by 4, and I'll also add 1.5 inches for my stitching allowance. After doing that, I'll connect from the waist to the hip like this. The next thing I'll do now is to go up by 2 inches from the base of the blouse, and then I'm going to connect back to the dart leg. After doing that, I'll go ahead and adjust the zipper allowance. What I'll do is to take out half an inch from the 1.5 inches that I have on the waistline. This is to eliminate zipper bulge. So I'll first of all extend the line into the zipper allowance. You can see I have 1.5 inches here. So what I'll do is to just mark half an inch. I'll connect it upward and I'll connect it downward, just like you can see me doing. Okay, so when you fix your zipper, it's not going to bulge at the back. Okay, so after doing that, I'm going to go ahead and cut. After cutting, this is what I have. So I have 2 pieces for the center front and 2 pieces for the side front. Okay, so go ahead and notch your zipper allowance. Okay, it's very important. So I'm going to arrange them in place like this. After doing that, I'll place them right sides facing right side. Okay, I'll place the side on the center. Okay, just like you see me doing. I'll go ahead and sew using the half an inch that I left as my stitching allowance. So you sew one, you sew the other one, and then you open the allowance up and iron everything flat. Okay, So guys, after sewing the front, this is what it looks like. I opened the allowance up and I ironed everything flat. I splashed water on the fabric while ironing. So what we'll do now is to cut out the strap. So remember while we're drafting, we took out 7 inches for the strap. Now we are going to determine the length of the fabric we'll be needing for the design on the neckline area. Okay, so this is 7 inches, but I'm going to place my tape like this, making sure the 7 inches is still touching my chest line. Okay, I'm placing it in a slanted form to know the amount of fabric I'll be needing. So what I have is 10 inches, so 10 inches for this side, 10 inches for the other side, and then I need extra fabric for the one going across my neckline area, so I'll be making that 5 inches. Okay, because I don't want it to be too tight. So 10 inches plus 10 inches is 20 inches, plus 5 inches is 25 inches. So this is the fabric I'll be using. I cut out about 4.5 inches width of fabric. I went ahead to fold it right side facing right side. I sewed it and I turned it inside out and I ironed it flat. So this is what it looks like. Right now it is 2 inches wide. Okay, so you are going to determine how wide you want yours to be. So I want to cut out 25 inches, but instead of cutting out 25 inches, I went ahead to cut out 26 inches because I'll be sewing it on the side using half an inch on both sides. Okay, so I went ahead to cut out lining piece for just the front. So it's the same thing I did for the front. I used the main fabric to cut out the lining piece. I sewed it and I ironed the stitching allowance open. So what I'm doing now is placing them right sides facing right side, and I'll pin all the way around. I'll head over to my sewing machine to sew the chest area, the base. The only opening I'll be leaving is on the side a little to turn everything inside out. Okay, so this my back piece. I've gone ahead to sew them in place. I also went ahead to iron everything in place. I ironed the zipper allowance also to make it easy for me when I'm sewing my zipper in place. I ironed the seam allowance open also. So this is what I have for the back. I don't have enough fabric to cut out lining piece for the back, so I'll be using this black bias tape to pipe the neckline and the base. So I'll open it up, I'll sew on the right side and I'll turn it to the wrong side to finish it up. I'll repeat the same thing for the base. Okay, after doing that, I'll use a gather stitch to sew my zipper allowance in place like this. So I've sewn the front and this is what I have. This is the water from the iron that splashed all over the fabric. So I've sewn the main fabric and the lining piece together, and this is what it looks like for the front. Now we are going to place the strap that we cut out earlier. Okay, to place it, I'm going to go down by 2 inches from the chest line. So you can decide not to go down by 2 inches. You can place it directly on the chest line, or you can go down by 1 inch or 1.5 inches depending on what you want. For me, I went down by 2 inches and then I placed the strap on that 2 inches mark. Okay, I'm repeating the same thing for the other side. Okay, so you're going to place the right side of the strap, as you can see. So when ironing your strap, make sure the stitch on it is inside. Okay, so I'm going to pin it down. Okay, after doing that, now this is how it's going to look like. So for the back, I've gone ahead to pipe the neckline and the base, and I stitched my zipper allowance in place. So this is what I have. So I'll place them right side facing right side. Okay, and then I'll pin all the way around. After pinning, I'll head over to my sewing machine to sew the two sides using my stitching allowance. After sewing, I turned my fabric to the right side, and this is what it looks like. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do is to fix my zipper, which I don't have right now, and that is why I was unable to capture the back of the blouse in the first video. So since I used a gather stitch to stitch the zipper allowance down, all I did was to open it up. Okay, so go ahead and fix your zipper in place. And yeah, that is all for this tutorial. I hope it was helpful. Don't forget to like this video, leave your questions in the comment section. See you in the next one.